Hello and good morning. This is Real Talk today. My name is Musa Laikipia. These are tough times, and therefore that is why even on onset I have the mask on, but because we have social distance with my guest today, we will remove our masks so that you can be able to hear what we are saying. Today we have a very interesting conversation on the youth and finances. Wakati tulikuwa tuna grow up, wazazi wetu kile tu walituambia ni kwamba ati pesa haitolewi kwa miti, pesa haivunwi kwa miti. But we were not guided on how to take care of our finances. Kama Mungu angetubariki na tuwe na hizo pesa, there was no one who guided us. What we learned in school as far as accounts are concerned, we did that for the sake of exams, if you agree with me. And therefore, we can boldly say, or I can boldly say as your host, that our youths, our children, our teenagers are ill prepared when it comes to the issues of managing of their finances. Is that the reason why probably our young people into debts, loan, NJOROGE, akona Tala, akona branch, akona, and some of those cases, they have led to depression. Vijana wetu wanachukua loan kila mahali na hawana mpango wa kuchukua hiyo loan. Now from the onset, please understand me better, that we are not saying that it is not good to take a loan. It is good to take a loan if you have a plan. Lakini kuchukua loan, uende ukadunda, uende ukanunue nguo, uende na vijana tunasema kutuma fare, uende ukatume, can you imagine a young person goes to branch and Tala and then NJOROGE and then takes, they want to take, a girl, not wise at all. We are calling you as parents, as guardians, na youth pia nyinyi wenyewe, come let's have this conversation. Because the moment we stop talking, this is the moment we start getting depression. This is the moment that our young people are committing suicide every day. We will be asking so many money for our children. What about the simple stuff? For anaenda kwa supermarket and pick everything and analilia kila kitu. Is that the time of will be some investment opportunity and those things that the young people can invest in, and of course retirement plans. And today I'm joined by a very good friend of mine, Peter. We have had these conversations on Zoom, tumeongea kila siku tukikutana. This guy has challenged me. I didn't know. I thought that I'm supposed only to get 3 months reserve. Ati kama wakati wa corona atinapaswa kuwa na miezi mitatu rent, food nini. Jamaa ameni challenge juzi, ameniambia 6 months. I was like, what? So na hiyo tumejifundisha wakati wa corona. So karibu sana bwana Peter.
Thank you so much.
Social distance tunafanya namna hii.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yes.
Mazena wenye panic. Nani amepanic?
Tell them we're having internet problems.
Internet.
And it was going on actually.
Internet. Okay, Moses.
Yes.
Internet has stabilized. Let's go. You're still live, by the way.
Thank you so much. We are very sorry for that. That was a technical. We are here live, and we are very happy that you guys are following us live on Facebook. You can comment, you can send us your comments, you can send us your suggestions, and also contribute into this conversation. Again,
We're down again.
We are here to have these conversations with our young people, with the parents, on the prudence management of our finances. Because of course, our young people are asking us, what are we prudence in? Pesa kidogo, kazi kwa vijana, kazi mtaani. When you have that money, it is of importance that or to to plan well your money. See that ukipata hizo pesa kidogo unapatiwa na kazi mtaani, unaenda kuharibu hiyo pesa. And therefore that is why we this conversation, and we are calling upon parents to comment. We are calling upon our young people to comment, and more so, how can we be able to help each other? How can we help our young people? If you're still joining us, we are live. We are having a connection. Hoping that you're getting us clear. Please we do not want to lose you when we start these conversations, and therefore we really apologize. But karibuni sana as we continue to make sure that our connection is good. Let's keep commenting. If you're getting this video, kindly.
Okay, we should be going back up.
Thank you so much. We really apologize for that technical hitch. We are live, back. We are back live, and we apologize for any conversations that went behind the scenes, and probably you heard those voices, and therefore we really apologize. This what tunasema kwa Kiswahili, hizi vitu zimetengenezwa na mikono ya watu, na kitu imetengenezwa na mkono ya mtu lazima sometimes inaleta shida. I always had my mom pray, wakasema ya kwamba tunaombea hii magari ambayo imetengenezwa na mikono ya watu. Kwa hivyo hata hii kamera ambayo iko upande ule, hata hii microphone ambayo iko karibu na mimi, zote zimetengenezwa na mikono ya watu. But we are back live. Karibuni sana. This is Real Talk Today. On Real Talk Today, we discuss real issues. And today, issue of financial management amongst our young people. When I was growing up, like I was saying, we were taught that money did not grow on trees. Tulikuwa tunaambiwa pesa haikukua juu ya miti, na ndio tunakubaliana. Lakini je, hatukufundishwa tukaambiwa ndio pesa haikui? Lakini sasa kama pesa haikui kwa miti, inakuwa wapi? Tunapaswa kuipata vipi? Na tunapoipata, hasa sisi discussion yetu leo itakuwa ni wakati tumepata hiyo pesa, the prudence, management of that money. Na leo niko joint na niko na rafiki yangu ambaye tumekuwa tukiongea naye maneno ya pesa, na juzi ameni challenge sana. Mimi nilikuwa ninafikiria labda wakati ambapo una imagine kama na pesa tatu, kama ni food uwe na ya miezi mitatu, lakini alinishtua juzi kuniambia inapaswa kuwa miezi 6. Wacha tuongee mambo ya saving culture, mambo ya retirement, mambo ya spending patterns amongst our young people. Si kukopa pale mshwari alafu unaenda kupeleka dem out, na nikukopa umekopa pesa alafu unatuma fare, na nikufuliza umefuliza, unatuma fare umetoa tala branch, alafu sisi wa marafiki zako zote tunaandikiwa message, tunaambiwa tukupembeleze ulipe pesa ya tala na branch. Hawajanilipa kuadvertisia, lakini vizuri kujipanga. Bwana Peter.
Yes.
Kwa sababu ya corona wazee tunasalimiana kwa umbali. Karibu sana katika hii conversation.
Thank you Musa, Laikipia.
Yes.
Kama tu vile umesema, we've been having this discussion.
Yes.
Unajua kama kitu ni ya muhimu, lazima uirudie mara nyingi.
Kabisa.
unajua blesses the man who teaches, kwa
Yes.
sababu anafundisha na pia anajifundisha.
Now the more tunarudia, the more ina stick. Na one of the things ina stick kwetu kwanza mimi na wewe. Alafu sasa sisi wakati tunaambia wale wengine, basi inakuwa ina stick pia kwao. Peter, kwanza ambia watu, kumbusha watu wewe unafanya nini, kwa sababu labda wanaona Peter wanauliza huyu kijana kazi yake ni gani? Kwa sababu mimi kazi yangu ni ya kuongelesha vijana. Je, yako?
Yangu Peter Monyoki. I'm currently an accountant at Tropicare.
Yes.
Tropicare is an airline company based in Nanyuki. We do flights, local flights and international flights around Africa. Yeah. So I'm based there.
Yes.
But I also have passion on finance and personal our people. I have here in the church, I'm part of the team that is in charge of our youth.
Yes.
And I'm gonna passion ya Christ mbaya.
Wazi. Huyu jamani ako na story mbili. Yaani yeye ni anapenda Christ mbaya. Alafu pia tena story ya finance. Actually he's younger than me and he has really challenged me when it comes to the issues of finances. Na nafurahia kwa sababu akiwa kijana, yani let's say younger than me, na mimi already ameni challenge. Actually the reason why nimemleta kwa hii program ni kwa sababu yeye ni mtu ambaye ameni challenge sana when it comes to some very small issues. Who moved my cheese. He made me go back and reread that book again. Na najua pia leo he has something in store for us. I'm asking you parents kindly to send us questions and contributions on the issues of finances. Unafundisha mtoto wako nini, ama unamwambia tu pesa haikui kwa miti lakini haumsaidii. Bwana Peter, nataka tuanzie kwa story ya saving culture. How do we strike a balance? Ebu tuanze hapo. Kwanza Peter, hata kabla tuingie hapo, wazazi wako walikufundisha mambo ya finances?
Wazazi wangu hawakunifundisha mambo ya finances personally. Like wazazi wetu especially siwezi walaumu, lakini walikuwa wanaachia walimu kila kitu. Walikuwa wanasema enda shule, enda campus, pata kazi, toka kwa nyumba. Unaona hiyo cycle.
Yes.
But unapata from my friends, kuna rafiki wengine wenye wako business based. Unapata huyu mtoto by the time ako maybe 18 ameandika business plan. Amekaa kwa nyumba akafundishwa hivi ndio biashara huanza, hivi ndio naendelea hivi. Kuna kitabu ya mwenzangu hapa anaitwa Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers, the story of success. It answers this question. Kuna watu wanapenda kusema am I capable of my own success? Unajua kuna watu wanasema mimi nimekuwa successful kwa nguvu zangu pekee. Now it comes to answer that question. It's because of your environment. It's because of the people who are around you. Case in point, if you are at a young age and you are taught about compound interest, now maybe at 10 years old, ukaambiwa invest kama 100 shillings for maybe the next 25 years. Right now ungekuwa unachezea 10k bila kufanya kitu yote. So unaona mtu alianza kitambo, alifundishwa hizi vitu za finance kitambo, na finance is a game of time. The earlier you start, the better you are.
Mazee unani-challenge. Wewe unani-challenge kila time nikikusikiza tu. Na ukinisikiza hapo ni kama mazee unanichoma juu. Nataka tuanze na kuongea stories za saving culture kwa youth wetu. I wish, na nasema hivi as a person kwa sababu nimelearn through experience. Nina wish Peter mimi ningefundishwa kusave zamani na niambiwe the importance of saving. Hebu ongea na wazazi wetu na youths kuhusu story ya kusave, kwa sababu mimi nina regret. The first time mimi niliingia kwa sako, nilidelay like 3 years, nikakataa kuingia, nikaambiwa when I got my first job, nikaambiwa anza kusave. Mimi nikakataa kwa kale kamshahara nilikuwa na save. Lakini kila mwaka nilikuwa naona watu wakipewa dividend. By the time nilikuwa naanza kusave already ni 3 years na nilifanya tu job ya kuajiliwa for 7 years. Unaona niliweza tu kusave for 4 years. But leo nina wish ningeanza kusave mapema. Tuambie story ya saving culture hasa kwa mayouth na
kwa mayouth. I think before tuende kwa saving culture, yes, kuna kitu inaitwa delayed gratification. Ile ukiona kitu uishiki saa hizo. Wewe na impulse buying hamko pamoja.
Yes.
So kama hauna hiyo, hata kusave utashindwa. Unajua mtu anafikirianga kusave ni unapata pesa, unaweka. Lakini kama expenditure yako iko vibaya, hata kusave utashindwa. Kama ukisikia njaa unasikia tu one of the big restaurants, kusave utashindwa. So before saving, you have to manage your the small money you have, you have to manage it.
Kwa hivyo actually the question number 2 to deal nayo kwanza kabla tuende kwa saving. The spending patterns of our youth these days.
Yeah.
Unakuta zile vitu tuna spend nazo pesa si vitu ambazo zitatusaidia tuseme kutuma fare you know hiyo ni muhimu sana. Iko kijana mmoja huwa ninaleta kwa program tunaita men's talk, anaitwa Niki. Kila siku lazima aniambie kutuma fare.
Yes.
So the spending patterns za youth wetu, let's talk about spending then.
So hapo ndio tulikuwa hapo kwa managing your finances. Kwa sababu hapo ndio the first step.
Yes.
Ukipata pesa yako unaifanyia nini? Let's say for example umekuwa ukitusikiza, ukipata pesa yako the first thing unapeleka ni savings. But hii nyingine yenye unabaki nayo, how do you spend it? Kwa sababu ukispend vibaya utajiweka kwa deni. Na hakuna haja ya kusave alafu urudi kwa deni. Hakuna haja usave alafu anze kufuliza ndio utumie mtu fare. Ama uanze kufuliza ndio ende betting. I make sense. Kwa sababu hiyo interest utalipa hata ile pesa umesave haitakuletea. So utakuwa unaenda negative. So it's very important uanze ku address what are my needs. Ni nini I can't do without. And then kuna kitu kingine very important. Kama uko na kitu very important unataka kununua, iweke kwanza kwa shelf. Sema okay, this nataka kujireward, maybe nakulanga biscuits all the time. But do I need this one kwa sababu nimeiona iko kwa offer? So uende ukiandike mahali alafu uangalie after 30 days. If you still need it na bado unaweza afford, sukuje uinunue.
Hata vita unajua I always say that you like talking to me. Kwa sababu ukiangalia kasa hizo ukienda shopping, unakuta kama huna shopping list, tuseme kama mimi sasa umeambiwa na mke wangu enda uleta diaper. Unajikuta umenunua diaper, umenunua maziwa, umenunua mkate na hizo vitu hazikuwa kwa shopping list. What are you saying?
Sema kama ulipewa shopping na ni vizuri. Hapa sasa ndio tuseme acha sasa ni kuongelea kwako personally. Hapo kwanza ndio inafanga kuwa unajua money is one of the things unafaa kudiscuss na your significant other.
True.
Kwa sababu wewe unaweza kumesema walai tuna save. Yeye akasema it's our time. Sasa ndio tunajireward. Tukikosa kujireward sasa hakuna time nyingine. So mnaona amko on the same page. Umemwambia ama yeye amekwambia hii ndio list. Ukaenda kaangalia vitu zingine ziko kwa offer. Unajua sasa umesha. So that is why hapo hata before mkuje anything ukipata pesa ama before mpate pesa mnaplan hiyo pesa. Unasema sisi tunataka kufanya nini? Nilisikia unasema unataka Mercedes. Unaandika. Hujasahau. Ulisikia unasema unataka Mercedes. Okay. Hiyo ni vizuri.
Yes.
Sasa tunaingiza how much? Uniweka. Okay, how much should we be saving? And what can we sacrifice? Unajua managing your finances inakwanga in two ways. Number 1 ni savings, number 2 ni ku increase income yako. Savings musemanga just save up to the point that haiko affect. Kwa sababu unaweza save saa zingine sana hata hiyo goal ya kusave iishe. Like maybe kama wewe ni mtu wa mtandao.
Yes.
You like internet. Unaona umesave internet. Utakuwa hapa. So unaona hata kazi sitapata kwa sababu najaribu kusave internet.
Yes.
So ndio mtu anaenda the next thing. Instead of saving, utafute njia ya kujiimprove.
Na nakumbuka ukiniongelesha kuhusu hiyo about the internet, vile wengine wetu tunanunua bundles kila siku.
Yeah.
But you know the saving way of that one labda kutafuta plan ile inakusaidia ku save per month, lakini bado unakuwa
So kama me personally, I rarely use
the bundles
because ofisini tuko na internet, kwa nyumba tuko na internet. I'm rarely on social media anywhere else because I'm really busy.
Yes.
So because of that I don't buy so many bundles. But utapata kijana pale amenunua kama za 3000 4000. Maybe alikuwa anataka kuface chat mtu ama alikuwa anataka kuonesha watu
na zile so moja.
Ni zile because he's in a good place, he wants to show his friends where he's at, wants to take a video, he wants to stream it. So vitu kama hizo.
Sasa kama hiyo afadhali angesave anunue wifi ile na kale ka kitu kakubeba. And then agetembea nayo kila mahali. Kwa sababu in this day and age the government has invested so much on infrastructure. If you get a good plan unaweza tembea nayo kila mahali. So instead of that unapata mtu ana spend so much time. Same with telephone. You get someone is spending so much up to 5000 per month, which is higher kwa sababu ananunua small things.
instead of kwa economics tunaita economics of scale,
yeah.
Instead of anunue tuseme bundle ya 2000 kwa sababu anatumia 2000 apate discount, yeye ananunua tudogo which zinakuwa more. Sasa hizi ndio vitu mtu anafaa kuwa anaangalia. What can I do intelligently to save while still maintaining my standard of living?
Yes.
And what can I do to improve my standard of living while saving?
Na vile umetaja social media, vijana wetu unakuta they are spending every day inakuwa affected ama the spending patterns zinakuwa influenced na peer pressure na sana social media vile wengine wanafanya na pia hizo misplaced financial expert.
Inaweza sema as a person you are affected by your environment.
Yes.
That's why it's so important for you to hang out with people who are better than you.
Yes.
Ndio ujue venye wanafanya. Kama marafiki wako 5 wako fuliza, wewe ndio utakuwa wa 6 kwa fuliza. Kama marafiki wako 5 wanaenda China kuchukua goods, wewe utakuwa wa 6 kwenda China kuchukua goods. I'm just giving an example. Kama marafiki wako 5 they're doing they're YouTubers, they are creating content and putting out on YouTube, you'll be the 6th person. So you have to watch your environment very carefully. That's why ukiona when someone is serious about his personal development, lazima anze kusoma watu wenye wamefaulu, the Steve Jobs, those people who are ahead. So when you come back, you have to start hanging out with people who are financially better than you.
Yes.
Na better na maanisha mwenye anakuambia, unataka how much? Sikuwa nimeka hiyo kwa budget, let me review it, if I can nitakutolea. Si ati siwezi toa, lakini kenye nilikuwa nataka kutoa nilitoa mwanzo ya mwezi. Kama haiwezekani saa hii, acha nikusaidie saa zingine.
Kuna kitu umesema kizuri sana Bwana Peter ya kwamba tukiongea mambo ya spending culture na saving culture, the people that you work with, kama uko na mabeshte 5 wale wao kazi yao ni kufuliza na wanaongea tu fuliza kila siku, hata wewe utafuliza kila siku.
Of course.
Ikiwa wao watu wako tala. Mimi kuna hata moja nilisikia application moja ati ukiingia unapewa 500. Then ukiingiza mtu mwingine unapewa 500. That means these people wanataka kukushika. And therefore kama those kind of people ndio wamekuzunguka, you'll be also be the 6th person. Yeah. So Peter, let me ask you a personal question. How do you perceive money as an individual? Then ushikanisha na financial freedom. How do we gain financial freedom? But first of all, wewe relationship yako na pesa, wewe as a person, what is your relationship with your money?
Naweza sema money it's like a fire. Money is like fire, by the way. Fire is a good servant.
Yes.
But a very bad master.
Yes.
If you use money properly, you'll be able to impact lives in a major way. Utaweza kusupport church hapa, utaweza kusupport shule, utaweza kusupport familia yako. You give them what they deserve and the level they deserve.
Yes.
You take them to the best schools and everything. But if you pursue money as an end to itself, you'll do anything for money. That is, mimi niko happy vina kukataza kufanya deal. Shika. Unaniwa ndo upate hiyo pesa. Everything will be fair for you to attain that money.
Even if it's an evil thing utafanya tu.
Even if it's an evil thing.
Is that why, Peter, is that why our young people are so into mobile money, into mobile apps?
Unajua saa hiyo inakam na venye walifundishwa. Mimi nikikwambia saa hii go and you'll get 1,000 shillings today without doing any effort, umecheza tu na simu. It's crazy. But kuna mtu it depends on your beliefs. Kwa sababu wana believe money is made easily. Ana zile principles walikuwa wanaona wazazi wao wanaenda na maybe the whole day anakuja, maybe anafanya kazi ya mjengo, anakuja nyumbani na 500. Na kwa hiyo 500 anafaa kusave 200. 200 amesave kwa school fees, 100 ni ya rent, na hizo zingine amesave for your future. Lakini sasa unaona wewe unaweza make 1,000 saa hii.
Bila kufanya kitu.
Within
seconds actually. By the time we have talked like this, loan umepata.
Hata si loan ama kama ni betting pia umepata pesa. So ina come to how you perceive money is made. Ndio hata sasa tukienda story investment. Zile investments zinakuanga short term. They are very risky, highly volatile. but the long term investments yenye unafanya research yako mzuri tuseme kwa shares kama Safaricom unainunua leo alafu unaenda unalala. Warren Buffett anasemanga hivi, the purpose of the stock exchange is to take money for those who are active and give it to those who are patient.
Sijui kama umesikia hiyo. Hebu rudia hiyo tena.
So, Warren Buffett alisema hivi, the purpose of the stock exchange is to take money from those who are active and to give to those who are patient. Unaona? Ule mtu amekaa hapo akafanya research akasema nataka investment after 5 years akachora plans zake polepole mwenye ana haraka vitu zinamkujia.
Bita kabla tufike kwa sababu tutafika kuuliza swali ya wazazi and how they influence, you know, the financial management among the young people. Mimi nataka tujiulize mambo ya morality, money and morality. And when I mean money and morality, unakuta kijana akipata job yake ya the first job Kenya anafikiria ni kucompete na wale wengine. Sijui kama ni kufundishwa, although tunaingia in that question, but when it comes to money and morality, you know, unaona kijana, you know, I'm not saying Subaru is bad because that I'm going to mention a Subaru here. You know, why do many young people rush to buy Subarus immediately na hata mshahara haijatoka ya miezi 2, ashaajiriwa, you know, ashachukua loan, ashanunua Subaru. Does even money has morality?
It comes to this. Watu wana perceive wealth differently. Unajua kuna ule anaona akinunua kitu kama Subaru, acha tutumie Subaru. Subaru is a car that after you buy inaanza ku depreciate in value immediately. Na si pick up ati unaweza beba mizigo nayo, ni luxury. Maybe ina ku take from point A to point B. Na ukiangalia taxes hakunanga Subaru. So hiyo ni Gazla. Hiyo ni Gazla. So primarily hiyo ni for his own comfort na for speed. So ukiangalia hivyo, and if that is your first car, unafaa kujiuliza hivi, how much time will you take to pay it off? Because ukitake more than 2 years itakuwa liability. Unaona? Kama ulikuwa umesave ununue, hiyo ni sawa. Lakini kama ni loan, unajua umeanza kujiingiza kwa shimo. Na hiyo shimo itachange lifestyle yako. Let's say ulikuwa na salary ya 50k, ukanunua Subaru yenye unalipa maybe 15k. Now you'll have to survive on 35k
for some 2 or 3 years.
For some 2 or 3 years. Immediately your standard of living imeenda chini na hiyo Subaru ikuletei pesa. It's just comfort.
Yes.
So hizo ndio vitu unafaa kunajiuliza, hii kitu yenye nafanya can I sustain it? Hapo sasa ndio unaonanga mtu hako anajua fuliza ni nini, lakini sasa ako ndani. Hako anajua mobile loans ni nini, lakini sasa ako ndani. So those are the things you need. We are not saying cars are bad.
Yes.
We are not saying buying, but it will influence your lifestyle that will make you deeper in debt.
Yes.
Na pia hiyo pesa yenye ungetumia ungekuwa umesave, ingekuwa imekuwa ni amani. Lakini sasa inaenda kulipa
loan.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. No, now let's get into the parents, because like we said in the beginning of this program, that when we were growing up, most of our parents actually would tell us money does not grow on trees, and I agree with that 100%. But then the way they perceived money, because coming now as an adult to think, our parents were very bitter when it comes to money. They knew money is valuable, but they did not take us through lessons to understand how money is supposed, when you earn money, what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to save, what, you know, they could tell us, you know, pesa ikui kwa miti, number 2 wanaficha pesa. Na wakiekelea hapo utasikia unaulizwa nani alichukua ile pesa ilikuwa hapa. They did not teach us. So my question is, how do you think parents should influence money habits of their children?
There's a famous speaker, friend of mine, that I used to listen to. Alisema, if you're buying your child a bicycle, you should buy them 2. One for himself, one to rent out to his friends, so that apate pesa. Because ukikosa kumfundisha how that money is made, especially if you are well off, let's say you are well off, you're giving your children everything.
Yes.
When they are gone, watafikiria pesa inatokanga wapi?
Kwangu.
Kwako, kwa mzazi. Hata kwa hiyo initiative ya kujitafutia. But if you, let's say, let me use the idea of bicycle.
Yes.
If you give your kid bicycle na ride, alafu mwambie hii ingine, I want you you give yourself another bicycle, rentish out. There's a young man I'm hanging out with. The father gives him a plot of land. Anamwambia he's like Form 3. Anamwambia that portion is yours. Whatever you do with it, find money, tafute seeds, upande, uvune, uuze, and then spend it. And then now save it. You know, there you've given the child an opportunity to make money with your supervision.
Yes.
Whatever he spends, because ako kwa nyuma yako, he's in your house, you'll be able to control. You'll be like, okay, you planted this. What's your return? What are you going to do with the money? Are you going to save? Utapeleka kwa kanisa? You know, you are able to influence. But if you wait until your kid is an adult, until the point that your kid doesn't want to listen to you, ama thinks that he knows too much, you know, in a false sense of knowledge, especially when they are teens.
Yes.
They think they know everything. When they were pre-teens, they used to listen to you. Now they think they know everything. Then now to start teaching them about money, it will be very hard. So,
I think I've loved. Sorry for cutting you short. I've loved the point that you know, I have a boy who is growing up, and the idea of not only a bicycle. I also do farming. The idea of like cutting a piece for him, and tukienda kupanda na mwambia hata wewe upande yako.
Yeah.
You know, na ile pesa itatoka hapo ni yako.
Ni yako.
Na kwa sababu mimi na mama yako tunatoa missions, tunatoa sadaka, tunatoa fungu la 10, then tunajienjoy the same with you. Tutakupatia envelope yako uweke, na I think that is a very good thing to do. Nimefurahi sana ya bicycle, and Kaden, I know you'll watch this video when you grow up. I'm going to buy you 2 bicycles. One for yourself, and the second one to rent to your friends. So don't come and tell me yako iliharibika. Ile iliharibika, tutatumia ile pesa yako umesave. This is a message for Kaden. That's a very good example, Peter. Yeah.
The system should be self-sufficient. I had a friend whose child was going to, had his mission like, when I reach to university, I will pay my own fees. So he was like, when I reach to university, I'm going to pay my own
fees,
university fees, and she was planning for a scholarship. So those are the ideals, like the kid has been taught from a young age how money is made, how to be self-sufficient, so that maybe by the age of 18, when she goes to university, she'll be able to find ways, whether it's scholarship, partial scholarship, whether she'll be working abroad, but she has come out with a plan.
And isn't it unfortunate that we start learning about money when we get into problem? That is how our system has been made. You know, school, I've said, when we were doing finances, you know, like accounting school, like primary, I nilisoma kwa ile system ya business education. Ile primary tulisoma business education, then high school nikasoma business studies. Lakini kwa hizo zote tulisoma tupite mitihani. Hakuna mahali ambapo tulikuwa tunaambiwa now at this age, you know, I like the CBC ati kuna vile hata watoto wanapatiwa hiyo inaitwa shopping list. Anaenda anaambiwa anunue vitu, pesa yake ikiisha anakaa nje, wengine wakiendelea kushop. So what do you think, Peter, even as we transition to another question about our education system?
You know, our education system, now that depends on what you define as your education system. Because here is where I told you. Maybe a child of someone who's well off, maybe intellectually, who knows the proper financial education, will have a different education from him. Because one, the parent will be involved. Kama huyo ni mwenye nilikwambia, he'll have 2 bikes. By the time he's like 18 or 13, watakuwa anajua ku analyze stock exchange. Watakuwa anasema, daddy, oni Safaricom imeenda juu, oni Standard Chartered imeenda chini, oni management imechange nini.
Hiyo ni challenge. Wazazi. Imagine kid akiwa 7 years anajua mambo ya stock exchange. That would be the best thing to do.
Because them always compare na sisi, ama those who were not educated the same. Don't kasema, sometimes when you look at these people who are successful, especially those who are successful at a young age, you have to look at their background. Wazazi wake walikuwa aje. You get like famous writers kama Musa ule wa classical music. From the age of 7 to 13, wazazi walikuwa na encourage, wana make sure huyo mtoto ako kwa piano kila saa. What if you did the same with your kid and his talents? kama ni financial education wana make sure ako sawa. Kama ameingia vitu za sarakasi za acting and dancing ako sawa, ume make sure hiyo training yake imekuwa sawa. Do you know by the time that kid is mature, he's complete.
True.
He's complete in terms of the social welfare. Let me tell you something about that book. Hiyo yenye nimekwambia Outliers. The real difference between rich people and poor people according to the book.
Yes.
Alikuwa anasema ukienda kwa hospitali ulikuwa unaambiwa aje. That kid from a rich parent, unajua wamezoea kuwa entitled. Alikuwa anaambiwa hivi. When you go to the hospital, ask any question. Uko na maumivu yote? Do you have any pain anywhere? Ask any question. Mimi nilikuwa naambiwa hivi. Usisumbue daktari. Na nikisikia ukimsumbua ndakucha.
Yeah. So you are nyumbani ukiwa bado mgonjwa.
Yeah, because you are not sorted, because you are afraid of the doctor. What if you transport out into the school life?
Yes.
You are afraid of even the teacher. You are afraid of every environment. And it starts on those small things, those incremental differences. They start adding up.
Na actually ukisema hivyo na tukiuliza sisi mambo ya pesa, actually the people who have been brought, wale wako the line below poverty line, ukiuliza mambo ya pesa ni kuchapwa, ulikuwa unachapwa.
Of course.
There was no a teaching, a teaching moment.
Yeah.
For those, even now, for many parents, there is no teaching moment. Hata mtoto akikuomba pesa na hauna, there is no teaching moment. Actually it is followed by insults. You think money is, unafikiri pesa inarokotwa juu ya miti, but there is no teaching moment. Talk to the parents. And I want to ask you, Peter, actually on this point, is all hope gone for the youth that are on the mobile app? Because if you see at the research that was done the other day, the young people between 24 and 34 years old took 345 billion on Fuliza this year only.
Yeah.
Is there hope for them, or what would you want to tell them?
For you,
Yes,
especially if you are deep in debt,
yes,
I'd say all hope is not lost. But you have to start somewhere. And that somewhere maybe it's not even a major thing. It's just changing the way you think. And how do you change the way you think? You start looking at videos like this. You start reading books and start empowering yourself. You start learning a new skill. You start betting on yourself. Ndio sasa in the future you'll have a capacity to earn more money.
Yes.
And two, you'll be equipped with the right information on what to do once you get the excess money. So akunanga ati all hope is lost. Hata kama uko below ground zero, uko pahali and it's stable because umeanza kuanguka.
Yes. na kama uko negative, kwanza you work to coming on zero.
Hata ukiwa negative,
yes,
as long as you are even if you are falling, maybe una change trajectory, ulikuwa una fall very deeply, maybe now you are falling very slowly.
Now that's a nice one. But Peter, let's go back kidogo before we go to the retirement plan, because I think this is the foundation of everything. Talk to a parent ako na mtoto ambaye ana understand from class, I would say from class 3, 4 and above, na high school, na uko na watoto, huyu mzazi afanye nini? Kwa sababu that is the reason why we are here, kusaidia wazazi wasaidie watoto wao, so that we'll have we are here for our generation, and our generation goes way back up to the children that we are raising. Talk to the parents who have her children who can understand.
So if you are a parent and you have a child who understands, the first thing you should do for yourself is first to equip yourself with the right knowledge. Kwa sababu kenye uko nayo ndo utapea mtoto. Like right now we've discussed about teaching your kid about money. Are you good on investing on your own money so that you can teach your children the right skills that you need to teach them? Are you good on managing your own business? Am you managing the resources that God has given you so that you can teach the kid to do the same? But there are also small steps that you can do. First is to teach them how to make money. Because it's something that I feel parents do not teach their kids. Teach them how to make money at a very young age. Teach them how to make money. And then at a very young age, they don't have expenses. Give them a reward for making that money. Kwa sababu lazima jienjoy. Okay, you've made this money. Good. What do you want to do with it? Wataka kununua toy. Okay. Uwezi kununua toy zote. It's this %. Okay, next, what do you want to do? You have to give to the church. because you're in control and you are a Christian. Next, you have to give to yourself first and foremost. Hii sasa ni yako. When you come of age, you will take it all out. Savings. No, you'll be responsible for your savings. But right now, I'm the adult.
Yes.
I'm responsible for your savings.
Yes.
Small things like those ones. Itafundisha mtoto, oh, so I can enjoy myself, okay? I can give to the church, okay? I can save for myself, for my future, okay? So this is the pattern. These are the ratios I need to work with.
Na nafikiria mambo emergency unamwekea mpaka ile emergency
Then
when there is an emergency anasema you know he will be able to, or he or she will be entitled and say, you know, I have an emergency and I have money for emergency.
Unamwambia into emergency. So that by the time anaenda high school, probably because as in here in Kenya, we normally went for boarding school, he has the right skill to be giving maintenance. By the time your kid goes to high school, they are able to manage their finances in a good way. They are able to avoid that peer pressure. Kwa sababu atakuwa anajua, oh, how much did you give me, Dad? Okay, you gave me 500. 10%, 50 bob nimesave. 50 bob pay a church. Let me survive with 400 shillings. And for 400 shillings, I know part of it is fair, and part of it is for my well-being. I won't have money like all the kids, but this is my formula for success. And I know where I'm going.
Wow. Parents, I think you can hear that, and this is the real conversation. This is why we always have this real talk today, and it is a solution-based conversation, asking ourselves, how do we help our generation? How do we help our children? And actually, Peter is not talking to you. He's talking to me because I'm a parent, and I'm looking forward, you know, when my son can understand, and I'll give him an envelope to, you know, to divide all that money. When I was growing up, I don't know, I was not taught, but it reached a time where I needed to do my financial, you know, management and stuff. I would take an envelope and write 10% is for church, this is for emergency, this is for paying loans. You know, I'm not talking about millions of money. I'm talking about the 80 shillings that I used to earn at you know, where I was employed. That guy has not given me any chance to give him credit. So that is what I could do. And therefore, parents, it starts here. And our youth who are deep into mobile app loans, all hope is not gone. You can start where you are and start prudence, you know, practice in terms of managing of money. But Peter has told us that you cannot spend what you don't have. You must first of all, you know, earn that money. And we should teach our children, first of all, to earn that money. And then we teach them how to spend, because we are teaching them how to save what they don't have. No, you must teach them how to earn that money. And actually, so many things are going into my mind. Many of us have businesses. Some of us are farmers. You know, don't you can look for a portion where your young person anaweza panda mahindi yake pale, apande kitunguu, kama ni kitunguu atapanda pale the same land yako kadogo tu, na mnapanda the same day, na unamwambia hii ni yako, lakini pesa ile itatoka hapo. Ujue first of all umean, then itakufundisha vile ambavyo utaweza kutumia hiyo pesa. Kama ni wale wazazi ambao wako na soko, hata kama hautaweza kukatia mtoto wako soko, ile soko wacha mtoto wako a practice. And I no pun intended, I like what the Hindus do. Wahindi, Peter, na sijui kama utagree na mimi hii, Wahindi wana include their children in their business from the very tender age, and there is a very good continuity. Is that probably the reason why Wahindi biashara zao hazianguki? Lakini sisi zetu wa Afrika, when you die, there's always a fight about money. But when a Hindu falls, there will be no war. Because already these children have been taught, you know, on prudence, on how to take care of their businesses. What do you think about that as we go to the next part, that is retirement?
That is very important. You see, for the Asians, they have something called succession planning.
Yes.
And the way we started with our kid, you know, that kid for the Asian is managing that business under the supervision of the parent who maybe is the father, mother, or relative. He's looking at him. All the decision he's making is being corrected at a very young age.
True.
At a very young age. So it's not like he was given that shamba when that person died and he was not taught the secrets. He was told, vitu cheap, achana na China, enda pale Mombasa, ile kona utazipata. He's being told those secrets at a very young age. He's being mentored by his parents, his relatives, for the Indian kids. Unlike us, you only get to touch the business when the person dies.
True.
Kwanza the father doesn't want anything to do with you.
Yes. Until when he's dead.
Until when he's dead.
Yes.
And then you are there, you don't know anything.
Yes.
You've never been involved. Hata kufagia
The
floor.
first thing you do when he dies is you buy a Subaru, and then you start partying.
I think by a Subaru, the first thing you do when he's dying is disposing the assets.
Yes.
Because you don't know how that
How to
money,
manage, yeah.
not even how to manage, how that money is made. You have a false idea. Maybe you are the parent, you are giving your kids everything. You don't know how that money was being made. So you don't appreciate what you have.
Yes.
If it was land, don't appreciate how it was gotten. You don't appreciate how to use it. So what can you do?
You dispose it.
You dispose it so that you live the life that you are accustomed to. Because money used to come from my father or
My
mother.
father, yeah, and the father is gone. So
And the
there's
father is
no
gone.
one- yeah.
So he's left me this. What should I do? I should sell it.
Dispose.
So that's what happens when you don't involve your kids.
Parents, it is very, very important to teach your kids where money comes from. And that is why I'll keep on repeating what we were growing up being told. That tuendelee, pesa haitoki kwa miti. Lakini hatuelezei watoto wetu pesa inatoka wapi. Kwa hivyo ni very important. Sikiza, labda wengine wanakaribia kuingia kwa ndoa, wengine wako na watoto wadogo. Ni muhimu kuelezea watoto wetu ndio pesa haitoki kwa miti, na ni muhimu kwa sababu Afrika tumekuwa tukiambiwa na moso it goes very well in Kikuyu. Pesa itikura miti iguru. Yes, okura miti iguru. Peter, retirement. When you talk about retirement to the young people, they are like, do you think we are going to die tomorrow? When does retirement, saving start?
I was once told life is about stages. There's a stage when you could not support yourself.
Yes.
There's a stage when you could support yourself but you could not earn any money. Until now there's a stage when you earn money. And then there's the stage when you won't have any energy to earn any money.
Are you talking of the Maslow hierarchy of needs?
I think there's another stage where they said there's the donkey stage in the man's life cycle.
Yes.
I can't remember everything, but yeah. So like me, I'm in the donkey stage. This is where I need to work.
You have so many burdens.
I have so many burdens.
You're saving for the wedding. You're saving for.
And also there are people you are supporting.
You're supporting.
You are
True.
supporting.
Yes.
So right now it's the working phase, and maybe I think the other one's the top phase. Can't remember completely. But you have to recognize. There's the quote in the Bible that says, "Teach me to number
My days.
in the Bible,
Yes.
so that I may live for you." In the Bible. So and then it also says in the Bible, the day of death is better than the day of beginning. Better to hang out with people who are passing than those who are in feast. To give perspective that we'll all die someday.
Yep.
And we will all be older someday. And if you do not start planning now for your retirement, when that time comes, itakuja kama mwizi. When you will just realize that I cannot have the strength to do this. So how do you do this? As you put your money aside, as a rule of thumb, 15% should be for your retirement. And this you don't put on any other scheme, like the bonds, the shares. Go to an insurance. Hapa nita advertise. Like Jubilee.
What a supporting.
Like Jubilee and Britam. The rest you'll find out for yourself.
Yes.
And ask for an individual pension scheme. Individual, if your company does not support, and put there 15% of your income. Maybe you can work towards that 15, but start putting money aside. And this money you won't be able to withdraw no matter what happens. Because in finance, if you cannot help yourself, you cannot help others. There's no way you can tell me that you are helping your family back at home and you do not have an emergency fund. So what happens when you have an emergency?
You start the mchanga.
No.
Yes.
No, even them they'll be telling you I'm also broke.
Yes. Or you start a WhatsApp group.
No. So you should always for yourself.
Yes.
And if you are prudent, so nimewekea 2k. When that reserves is ended, give my friends some money and that reserve has ended, let me see if I can do next month. I'll schedule you into what I've planned. But you should not be, you're not Jesus. You should not be all out.
Yes. Your
resources are finite. Hata venye umeitafuta, umesweat. So be very careful on how your money goes out.
Wow. 15% of your earning is benefits. Man, this is so challenging. Sometimes I listen to Peter and I'm like, this guy is talking to me, but I know some of us that are employed, I'm not one of them. It is easy for you to there's a portion of your salary, I think 5% or something, they cut from your salary. The NHIF, that is very important. We still have 2 more questions to go, and of course we will be able to get to finish this broadcast, the tail end of this broadcast. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That whole part did. Internet just went down again.
Sorry.
OMG. The Wi-Fi today.
Msiongea sana, inaweza kuwa bado iko live. Niliona ilikuwa live bado. Even unless thank you so much. Thank you so much, Peter. 15% you're supposed to save on retirement, and actually that is a very big challenge to all of us, and more so the people who are self-employed. You see, for people who are employed, it is very easy because the employer will just do what we call the statutory benefits cut, and then they take you to NSSF and NHI.
For those who have that scheme.
For those who have that scheme. But for us, people who are self-employment, I think it's a matter of discipline. Use that word. It is a matter of discipline that you see when you're talking about benefits, the retirement benefits. I think I actually pictured myself when all my children, I have one, but I know I'll get more, Lord willing. So they have all gone out of my house, and I'm left with my wife. The retirement benefits means that even when we will no longer be working, we can still continue, up to 80, 90 years until when God will take us from this world. And therefore, we encourage our young people. It might not make sense for you right now, but ladies and gentlemen, wale ambao wanafanya kazi mtaani, jamani, hii kitu haita make sense kwenu saa hizi, but 20 years down the line, you will come and you'll see this video and you'll be saying, Mazee Mose alikuwa anaongea. Mi Peter huwa na advise vijana wetu hasa kutenga bima ya afya. Ile NHIF ni shilingi 500 peke yake. Hata tuseme usiende kwa insurance hiyo ya Britam na Jubilee na hizo zote. NHIF 500. Then save kitu ingine kidogo. Na mimi husema, na najua Peter ndiye expert wetu. Mimi husema hata kama ni sako, like for example, unajua sako moja mimi niko, tunakuwa encouraged to save 50 shillings per day. 50 shillings only. Na ukiangalia sasa kama vijana wetu wale kule kazi mtaani, hii si pesa nyingi, ni 400 peke yake na nafikiri na 50. Lakini at the end of the 11 days, huyo kijana anapewa shilingi 1400, anaishi kwao. Anaishi na wazazi, anakula kwa wazazi. That means huyu kijana akijipanga vizuri, anaweza save at least 20% of that money. One of the organizations that I work with as we go to the tail end, I think zile maswali tunabakisha moja ama mbili ni rahisi sana. Kuna organization moja mimi nina volunteer, actually siku work nayo. We got a young man, alikuja kama inaitwa internship, na tunamlipa 6,000 kwa hiyo but we told him we are not going to give you, kwa sababu hii pesa hauko unaitarajia. Wewe ulikuwa unatarajia itakuwa ni free. So sisi tunakupatia 2,000 per month. Mwisho wa mwezi tunakupatia 2,000. Hii 1,000 ingine 4, kwa sababu utatufanyia miezi 6 kazi, tutakupatia yote ikiwa pamoja 24,000. Tukupatie either ulipe shule ama tukulipie shule or something. So nafikiri hiyo already tumefundisha huyo kijana kujipanga na kujua for future. So wazazi tunapoongea, hatusemi ya kwamba sisi ni wazuri sana, but tunasema tumekuja kufanya hii conversation so that as a society, when the history will be written, sisi watoto wetu hawatasema hatukuwasaidia, ama generation yetu haitasema hatukuwasaidia. Kwa hivyo hata kama unafanya kazi pale kwa kazi mtaani, Jamani, lipa NHIF, panga pesa zako, save before you spend. Before you start spending, jamani save. Hata kama ni kwa hiyo 4,000 usave tu 1,000, 3,000 uanze kutumia vile utataka, itakuwa ni bora. So Peter,
Yeah.
if you to give rules of money, this one they are not in books, you have not read anywhere, but you as a person, if you to give us either a rule or rules of money, what would you want us to have? What are those rules or rule?
And money is it's everything to do about controlling your emotions. And sometimes utasikia, especially when you are okay, we're back.
We're back. Peter, before a technical hitch happened, I was asking you about the rules, and you told us a few of them, and I'll get back to that when I'll be asking you. But from investment, when you look at the age that is messing up with the Fuliza, is the age between 24 and 34 in our country, and that is a very key age. Those are 10 years that many of us, we will not complain, because some of us, we were less privileged when it comes to those issues of working and stuff. But in Kenya, between 24 and 34, those are the age that is messing up. What would you want to tell these young people when it comes to the issues of investment?
Number one, now we're okay.
Thank you so much. We're back. We're back live, and we are very. But I know I have been.
Now we are back.
Now we're back. We're back live, and we hope that at this time we'll be able to communicate. Thank you so much for your patience. We have, and therefore, hit 3 ways of connecting, but this morning all the connections were bringing some problems. So Peter, the issues of investment between 24 and 34, this is the age that our young people are really messing up. And if a person like me would go, then you for a fact, I would be different. What can you tell our young people when it comes to the issues of investment?
In that age, I'll tell you, interest. Because everything in investment is all about compound interest. Compound interest is where if you're earning 10% of money, maybe you invested 1,000, you earn 10%, you have 1,100
at the end of the year.
At the end of the year. Then you go to the next year without investing anything, you have 121. So it's multiplying. You have an extra 121 shillings. So it will be 121 plus 1,100, which will be, the math is wrong because I'm not using a calculator. But learn the essence of compound interest. Because now you'll start looking at the numbers. You'll be like, okay, I'm putting my money in a circle. What is it earning for me? I'm putting my money in a mutual fund. What is it earning for me? I'm putting my money in there's a scheme called Emakiba by the government. It's 10%. There's no taxes. You can buy those bonds anytime using your M-Pesa. I'm putting my money there. What is it earning for me? I'm putting my money in shares. What is it earning for me? And then you diversify. You diversify your risk. So there are so many ways of investing your money. But the principle of investment is compound interest. Because sometimes you can put your money in some schemes and they're not earning you anything. They are actually, there's a principle in investment. When the inflation is higher than the rate of return, you're losing your money. Actually, you're losing your money every day. When maybe the inflation rate is 8%, but your bank is giving you 5%, you are losing 3% because of inflation.
I think Peter, what we'll do on the issues of investment, I'm going to call you specifically for 45 minutes to an hour. We speak about investment, because like now when you're talking like that, there was, when I was growing up and even now, I don't understand what is a fixed account. What is a fixed account?
So yeah, so
Does it earn me anything?
now it depends.
Yes.
No, it depends. Now you should look at the rate of return. How much is it earning you from the money you've been putting? How much is it earning you compared to the other schemes? That's why we said the first investment you always do for yourself is your education.
Yes.
Your education. Even if you're broke, just spend your time reading. No, okay, I'm putting my money in a fixed investment. What rate of return is it? Is it the best return that I can get in the market? Or I can go somewhere else and I can do better. I'm not trying to bash anyone, but it's the thing, it's your money. It should do the best that it can ever do for you.
Good. Let me sneak a quick one, because I know we are going to come and discuss about investment, purely investment, and we'll ask our viewers. You can send your questions and concerns on that in terms of investments and what you would want us to cover, and we'll be able to do that. Soon when my financial expert is available. So SACCOs, they earn dividend. Say something about that.
No, it depends on your circle. Because I'll say this. Some circles, like one of mine,
yes,
it has a fixed return of 10%.
Regardless of either it's going to make a profit or not.
10% in the market is good. Some are earning up to 14 and 12%.
Yes.
Those are good. Anything less than 8, that is bad. You see, because you're looking, what is the rate of inflation right now? What is my circle making? Usiangalie tu pesa umepata, tunasema hiyo ni poa. When you get your money from your circle, go to your circle and ask them, what rate of return were you using? And okay, it's 5, 8, 10. Okay, what is the rate of inflation? Have I made money? Because that bread that you used to buy maybe like 5 years ago at 20 bob, now it's 50 bob. It has increased.
Yes.
So has your money increased with the same rate as the rate of bread?
So if it has not, then I need to get out of there very quickly.
Very quickly.
About that, so your time to talk about that. We again want to apologize for the hitches, and we hope that you guys will be able to listen to this video and it will be of benefit to you. Before we call it a day, Peter, your last final thoughts for this program.
For this program,
Yes.
I'll say everything about money is about control. If you cannot have a budget, you're back.
Your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Everything about money is about controlling your emotions. If you cannot control if you don't have save before you spend anything for your freedom. So that you can teach your children the right things, so that you can break this cycle.
Good, thank you so much. Money is still here with us. Money has not gone anywhere, even with COVID-19. Our financial expert has just told us money has only changed direction. Who moved my cheese? The cheese, even after finishing at the first warehouse, that did not mean that there was no more cheese. The cheese was still there. Parents, to Prudence to manage our money to teach them. They have no money. The money that we are teaching them with will be our money on how to handle their own money when they have some. And that's from the current problem of lack of discipline when it comes to money. And probably this is the solution to mobile app loans. Most of our young people have sunk down to that in such a way that hata wale vijana wetu wako kule kwa kazi mtaani, wengine hawawezi kulipwa kwa sababu zile simu walikuwa wameregister nazo locked na service providers, na sasa namba za wazazi na serikali haiwezi. Hivyo lazima wazazi tufundishe vijana finance managers, na wataanza na zile pesa zetu. Tunataka kusema tena pole for the internet hitches that happened. Thank you so much, Masai Leather Collection, Laikipia throughout Kenya. Thank you so much for that. They tried their best today. Control led by Pastor Andrew Letsam, Bonabrai. Asanteni sana, tunashukuru, na pia my guest today, thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to engaging you more. Let's keep talking. This is the moment that we start fighting. This has been Musa Laikipia. Don't forget public hands regularly with soap and running water, and if you do not have water, you carry what we call the alcohol-based sanitizer, and keep social distance. It is important. Thank you so much, and God bless. Real Talk Today.